I went to a private school where the expectation was that we studied science. The headmistress studied science, so all the girls at the school should study science. But I wasn't very good at science. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do engineering, but they said, no, you should do nursing. That's what girls do. Eventually, I finished HSC and I studied science. I got a job in forensic science, testing drugs and blood alcohol. I think it was about the best place that I ever worked because I was in the social committee and we had lots of social activities that I organised. The thing was, I was shy, painfully shy. I didn't speak to anyone, but I was good at organising social activities. I didn't fit in. I didn't fit in at home. I didn't fit in at school. And I didn't fit in at the lab. I had a longing to do something different. I didn't fit in, but I had an urge to help people. So I decided that I wanted to go into sales. Sales! Sales from the lab? Have you got rocks in your head? You're a scientist and you don't even talk to people. And in a way, working in the lab, testing drugs and blood alcohol suited me because I didn't actually have to talk to anyone till I ran the social events. But I had this longing. So I applied for job after job after job, and I got rejected. And I got rejected again and again. So I decided if I was going to get out of this scientific box that I was in, that I should move somewhere else where people didn't know me and I didn't have to be framed as this scientist. I read they were putting money into science and technology in Queensland. I'll move to Queensland, I said. Back then, there was no social media, not even email, and the place to apply for jobs was in the local paper, or the Age, or the Courier Mail. But the Courier Mail didn't come to Melbourne, so I had to specially get it delivered. And sometimes it didn't get there until Monday or Tuesday, and I had to drive around to the newsagent, that's where I used to buy newspapers, to pick it up, and I'd madly apply for all these jobs, and I'd send a letter, typed up letter to Queensland, and apply for jobs. And I got rejected, and I got rejected again. I kept applying. Outside Victoria, in this new box, someone will give me a job, but I didn't get that job. I decided the way to do it then was to move to Queensland. So I packed up all my things, saved money for the journey so that I could establish myself once I got there, packed up my car and drove to Queensland. Established myself and I started applying for jobs, job after job, applied for sales jobs, applied for lab jobs. In less than 1 month, I was offered 3 opportunities, all in the lab. So I took the best one that I possibly could out of the 3 jobs, but I kept applying for jobs in sales. I still kept the dream alive. There was a job that came up and I was living in Graceville at the time. I said to my flatmates, where's Scarborough? I said, oh, that's an hour and a half away. But I kept applying for jobs. So I took a sickie, went for the job interview, and I got the job in sales. So I kept my dream alive. I took the steps, kept taking the steps, and I kept keeping my dream alive, and I held the dream until I eventually got it. From that position, I not only became a sales manager, a territory manager, I became state sales manager for laboratory supplies.